Hey guys, Dowry here, and welcome back to Mount & Blade. As I promised, I have been playing a bit. I have gathered up quite the impressive army, I must say. I've also leveled up a bit, as you can see there. But my army, like, I have this guy. This guy alone is an army in itself. He looks really silly, the model is not done too well. But he's a badass. He has an elephant with... Like, if we just talk to him for a moment here and see his equipment. Battle elephant. Buying price 30,000. Armor 40, not too great. Hit points 300, that's pretty high. I mean, it's twice my horse. But the charge, 250. If this guy gets it up to full speed and just charges into a line of infantry, they all go unconscious immediately. It's really, really impressive to see, and I'm hoping that you guys will get the chance at some point. But yeah, he's really impressive. Really, really a good guy to have. He's a highly upgraded manhunter. So like you can see, they go from manhunter to slave driver to slave hunter to up to slave crusher, and then on there to slave chief. And getting to slave chief requires quite a bit of experience, so that's not something that's gonna happen anytime soon for the next one, I think, unfortunately. So meanwhile, I have, as I've mentioned, I've gathered quite a large army. I have 106 troops, and all of them are I3 or level 3 or above. Actually, I think most of them are 4 and 5s. It's quite a broad spectrum of troops here. They're mainly from freeing prisoners of bandits. Like, I've been hunting a lot of bandits. It's also given me quite a bit of money. As you can see here, 24,000. So I have enough for a dowry for the beautiful Sahara once we decide to, you know, pursue her. Which I have actually been done. If we look in the notes here, characters, we find the, let's see, what's it called again? It's Molana Sahara. It should say somewhere, she's cooperative towards me. I don't think she's quite completely in love, but it's getting there close enough. I've recited a lot of poetry, I've visited her in her chambers a lot of times, which resulted in absolutely nothing happening. And right now we are besieging Dowry, because, well, of course we need to besiege Dowry, because, well, no one can hold on to Dowry, so let's grab it, yay! I think I could hold on to Dowry, but that's because I would invest in, you know, getting 400 troops stationed here immediately. But yeah, let's join the battle here and, you know, have some fun. So let's see, current commander Jerry Penguin. We have, yeah, I think the battle plan fits. So we have this silly situation here where I immediately get shot. We have one of these stupid towers we have to wait for to get on to reach the walls, and I would just kind of like to get my troops, you know, just stand nicely behind rather than wasting their time slowly advancing next to the thing. So if we spread them out in a nice line like that, then most of them will have a shield, I reckon. We could actually hold on. Infantry, F4. Nope. Apparently I can't command them to make a shield wall. I guess we'll just have to settle for whatever they decide to do. At least the archers are doing some good. Let's see, is there anyone we can shoot up here? There's a guy throwing shit in there. We're up against some Nords, so there's a lot of throwing weapons going on. Can't hit. There's a guy running there without a shield. I'm still not doing a lot of damage with my bow. I've kind of been fiddling with other skills and not really leveling up the bow so much. So I'm a lot better in melee now than I used to be. But the melee is still quite difficult. I hate these fucking throwing axes. Can we get rid of them? Can get rid of some of them at least. Come on, that guy's standing without a shield. He has heavy armor, so it would be good to get him down. There we are. And it seems someone else without armor has taken, or without a shield has taken his place. Alright. Infantry, cavalry, charge. You can get up there now. I kinda still want to keep the archers down here. Actually, I don't think there's really, like, why is the horse archers not going into the archers. That's a bit annoying. I'd prefer they be in the archers with the rather than the cavalry. Like in the field, I want them in the cavalry, but at sieges, I want them in the archers because, well, without the horse, it doesn't really make much sense to have a cavalry department at all. There we go, headshot, bitch. With those two. See, we are storming the walls pretty badly here. I know that reinforcements will come from over there, I think. Or did they actually spawn over here? I think spawn over here, yeah. Oh, interesting. I need to find some new arrows soon enough. And these guys have a new supply of throwing axes to throw at my face. I really don't appreciate that. It's kind of rude. Alright, so arrows, arrows, arrows. Surely there has to be a dead archer somewhere around here. There we are. 19 of them. That's pretty good. So if we can find a nice little spot to stand in where we won't necessarily get shot immediately but still have a clear line of sight, then hopefully we can do something about these guys up here. Come on. That hit him. And he has a shield, but he's not holding it up. That does make my job a lot easier. There's still one guy up here. I think he's hiding too well. Let's just charge ahead while the rest of them go down there. I'm hoping it's not my troops that are being lost here. One little head, two small heads. Oh, you bastard. There we go. That's what you get for shooting me, throwing axes at me. Now, I killed an archer up here, so yeah, more arrows, lovely. And we can just continue the whole taking down the archers here without them realizing I'm here. Gotta love AI in rather old games. According to the developer blog, they're dedicating quite a bit of effort to the AI in the sequel, so I'm really looking forward to that. Like, it's fun to exploit the AI, it is, but at the same time, you know, you would kind of prefer to be a bit more immersed by people actually reacting to their surroundings rather than just, you know, sitting there as cannon fodder. There's a lot of Nords over here. I can just sit up here comfortably, shoot popping heads. Do we have more arrows anywhere? There looks to be a couple here, yeah, lovely. But is the battle almost over? Almost, not quite, almost. Yeah, it's over. Alright, here's to hoping I didn't lose my Slaver Chief. That would suck to lose him in a siege, because he really... Of course I lost my Slaver Chief. It's the only troop I lost. Well, I'm happy I managed to show him to you guys then, like at least show his equipment. But, that's upsetting. Like, that's really upsetting. He was a good guy. Now I'm gonna have to wait for this guy to upgrade. I might actually need to, you know, try and get a few more manhunters in my party here and try to train them up, because that Slaver Chief was really badass. Like, you would see him, you would wait for the guys to get close enough to your infantry, then you would leave the cavalry behind them, tell them to charge, and he would just go all the way through the infantry line, knocking out 6 or 8 of them instantly as soon as the battle started. And that would be how it was done. But he's dead now, and there's nothing I can do about it. Which is really quite upsetting. But at the very least I am free of quest now. They want me to attend a tournament, but I really don't want to. Feast in Jamade Castle? Not bad. It's right up here, yeah. Halmar is still mine, of course. It hasn't changed hands. I think it's one of the best fortified towns in the world by now. I have some 330 troops in there, and they're all really high level. So, yeah, that's good. But the lovely Sahara, she lives in here, and I'm actually gonna go and ask her if she likes me enough to potentially consider a future together. So, Molana Sahara, I am here on my knees. Do you think we might have a future together? Well, relation 13, I don't think I can persuade her enough. I think a 20 is a guaranteed. So, at least I didn't lose a relationship by trying. But, she does. She will say yes, eventually, but I just kind of hope that we could get it right now. Whatever. So, I need to figure out something else to do. I'm really upset at the loss of my slaver chief there. He was a really, really good soldier, but again, his strength was on the field, not in sieges. Like, my army is pretty much set up to be awesome in the field, because that's where I've been hunting bandits and such. The whole siege thing is not something I've looked too much into. Which some could consider to be a fault on my part. But at the same time, I'm not sure I can be faulted for it, really, because, well, I have to, if the marshal comes, I have to answer. I could have moved the slaver chief down in my line so he wouldn't have been in the battle at all. But, again, I'm not sure what would actually be achieved by that. Let's see, a bunch of Nords. I think they want to take back Dirham. Yeah, they want to take back Dirham. I'm gonna go for these deserters instead. Just get rid of them. And then hopefully, this battle being over soon enough, we can get the one little slaver guy we have in here to get some experience, and he can become a new chief. Just imagine an army, like, I know it's gonna be hard for you guys to imagine that, but if you had like just 5 or 6 of those slaver chiefs, you could defeat anything on the field, because like, perhaps the exception of horsemen with the lances. Like, I think that is the weak point of them. A horse, like a fast charging horse with a lance, can easily do 300 damage in one single couch. So, yeah. Knights in shining armor with their long lances, that's the weak point. But anything infantry, like the Nords, you could just 5 or 6 of them could defeat an army of 50 Nords without issue, because they would just set them on follow, and then you would run through the enemy. You wouldn't even have to hit anyone, you'd just have them charge through repeatedly. And they would just be trampled to death. Fantastic, I love that. What shitty equipment. Alright, well, was also just a couple of... Alright, apparently they didn't siege Dirham. Let's just quickly get in here and see if there is a... Do we have a ransom broker? Nope. Like, I've been taking bandits, or attacking bandits, I've been using a mace to knock them out as much as possible in order to get the most amount of prisoners. And I've basically just been collecting that money. Helmar is just about paying for my army and its own garrison, but it's not really, you know, adding much to the coffers anymore, because my army has gone quite expensive with the size of it now, and the quality of troops. So in order to earn money, I've basically had to, you know, defeat stuff on the battlefield and sell the loot. Now these guys are rather highly trained, but there's not a lot of them. So if we could catch up to him, we might actually get some good loot. Surrender or die, take the field. We got twice his troops, we got the same quality. So if we can just somehow manage to set up our troops before he manages his cavalry charge, then we'll be golden. Infantry down there. Let's keep the cavalry where they are. Let's see. Now we're fighting against the sunrise here. That doesn't really help us anything. We're gonna have to wait for them to charge over the hill and toward us. Which is why I'm placing my infantry over here instead. In the shadow. That'll make them harder to hit with their archers. And hopefully when they come across the hill, my archers will be ready. Now I need my cavalry over here with me, and then we can charge in together. On the morning of the 5th day, look to the sun rising, or whatever. But they're coming here. There we go. Infantry charge. There we go. So far I've got 2 guys knocked unconscious. Not too shabby. Come on. Finally. So many troops needed for that one C3. Oh god. Where are the rest of them actually? Are they up here? Like, I think some of my companions have just kind of charged up the hill to reach these. Yeah, they have their archers up here. And my companions don't have armored horses, so they're not the best to you know, deal with a bunch of archers. Like, if you want to remove archers instantly, you just get an armored horse, you get up there and you just start smacking them, because, well, if you're too close to them, the AI prevents them from using their bows, and the bows are really the only thing that can kill you at this point in the game, at least. Archers are not good in melee unless they happen to be Nord archers, but these guys aren't. And even some of the Nord archers are pretty rubbish in melee. They're focused on their ranged combat, which means that you have a good chance of taking them out in melee. And again, if you can prevent them from getting their bows out by just, you know, being near them. Oh, we have a knight in shining armor left. Is that the Khan himself, or the Lord? Yes, it was. Can I steal his armor? Well, the slave cross, you got the experience for him, so hopefully that might actually be enough to promote him, but we'll see. Ooh, prisoners. C6, an 8-6, horse archer, a couple of other things. Not too shabby, not too shabby. I'm more excited about the loot here. Rusty red saber, that's actually really rubbish. I was hoping better. Turtle shield. Yeah, not even my companions want any of that. So rubbish. Much rubbish. But slave crusher still not ready for upgrade. Do have a couple of the other guys here. We can I can afford to just upgrade my guys now, so that's something that I've really been looking forward to. Let's start it here. You are my trainer, but I also want you to be a badass on the battlefield. So I think I'm gonna try and get your agility up so you can get a higher point in riding. And then let us get you some. What do you need? What do you need? What should we give him? Like, this guy's a pure warrior, so I want something he can use in the battlefield. Athletics is pretty good, but my horse archery. Let's give him some. I don't know actually who has the looting skill among us, but let's just give this guy. See, looting. I actually have it myself. Okay, interesting enough. Botch, I was gonna make him my engineer. Not much has happened with that. Still only one skill. Alright, charisma 15. That means prisoner management 1 up. 25 prisoners now. And I get a lot of weapon points. But I can only increase these so much, and they're becoming really expensive to raise. Alright. So, to recap, Sahara still, she likes us, but she still isn't ready to, you know, commit. I have enough money for the dowry, so hopefully before too long that'll happen. Why would these manhunters chasing these deserters? They don't have a chance. Luckily I do. Rush, move in to help the manhunters. Beat the troops. Alright, another quick battle here. This one's a bit more serious than the first one, not as quite as serious as the second one, because these guys are still only deserters and they don't have any really high ranking troops. But this terrain is horrible. Let's... doing my tactics here quickly. See if we can ride behind them with the cavalry while the rest of them are doing their stuff. If we can get behind them, then the archers can just pick them off, because their shield will be facing us rather than, you know, the archers. Yeah, that seems to have worked. Alright, charge in. Let's get it over with. Quickly invalidate their archers here. There we are. These guys over here. I kind of wish I had a mace with a longer reach. Like, I want to use a mace in order to have the most, like, in order to knock people out rather than killing them. But at the same time, I would wish I had a longer reach than this. And if I am to get that, I pretty much have to use a two-handed mace. Now, while it is possible, the attack speed I get from this thing really helps me. So if I could, like, get a master with one of these, that would be fantastic. That'd be some of the best loot I could possibly find. But I think also the Vagiers are pretty good on hammers. Maybe they might be able to sell me one. That's... Oh, come on. I just want to shoot you. That's so much to ask. Alright, let's see what's left. Just a couple of guys up here. My horse has been slowed down quite a bit from it being damaged. I can see it has... well, it's a bit bloody. Scream! Scream! Here's to hoping they get a better female voice actor as well in the second game. Who can actually, you know, do a scream that doesn't just pierce your ears and want you to suicide because it not because it's terrifying, but because it's bad. Alright, let's see. Vagia guys, let's grab these. And ooh, we have... no, they actually did have some higher ranking stuff here. Not bad at all. See, 13 I-Force. Let's... yeah, I'm just gonna be a cheapskate here and really exchange prisoners here. You get your freedom because someone else is more valuable than you. There we are. Excellent. Any good loot? Ooh, a pretty decent Bernie for someone. Light plate armor, some throwing axes. Someone might want something of this. Well, someone wanted the axes, that's about it. And Jermo's leveled up. Not bad. Excellent. So yeah, I think that's gonna be it for this time. We've... again, I needed to do sort of an update to show you guys how much progress has been made. We're no longer in a situation where we're kind of struggling to get by. We're getting by quite well. We have an army that is, so far at least, undefeated. It's comprised of a lot of different things. Granted, it's a mess. There's no sort of ranks or anything, but it works very well, and that's really the, you know, the center of it. Apart from that, my companions are leveling up nicely. They're starting to become quite a threat themselves, like they can actually fight. And there are no Ransbrugers in my town. But not to worry, I'll find one. But yeah, I'm just gonna continue what I've been telling you guys that I have been so far. Defeating bandits, gathering, keeping my armor up to date, upgrading it a bit, and making sure that I remain on the good side of Sahara. And then hopefully next time we'll see a wedding. Until then, I'm Jerry, this has been Mountain Blade with the Floris mod expansion, and I hope you enjoyed. Bye!